The first player to ever have 7 35-point games on 50% or better shooting. You talked about his astounding efficiency last game. I'm running out of adjectives. What about you?
No, I mean, tonight's performance was incredible just because of the length they had on the perimeter, with Harrison Barnes, Harkless, just different guys they could throw at him. But, he really hung in there. I thought he had opportunity, in my opinion, to get to the free throw line a little bit more tonight than he did. But, I mean, it was just remarkable how he just stays in the game, and everything about him is trying to win and trying to figure things out. He was really, really incredible. And then the other part of it too was, he obviously got the points, but I thought the last 6 minutes, they just were not going to let him score. And just the decision-making to get the ball to Vooch and spray it around, and it opened up things for Kobe. It opened up things for Io. It opened up things at the basket. So, that part of it was great too. It's not only the scoring, but also the decision-making.
You guys are also now assured of either being tied or alone atop the East during the All-Star break. Can you just kind of put into words where you think this team is at and what it could still achieve moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to the rest of the league because I think we're not the only ones that have dealt with the COVID and the injuries. And, we certainly have been hit really, really hard. I don't want to say we've been hit the hardest, but we've been hit hard. I just really am appreciative of this group of guys from top to bottom, the way they come to work every day, how professional they are, how they try to keep themselves ready, how it's all about the team. It's all about winning, and what can each individual do to impact and help, in winning. And it's very, very difficult, I think, in this climate with what you're dealing with COVID and injuries, to really, really have, any chance to have success if guys are not, willing to, one, deal with all the, unfortunate, you don't know sometimes from day to day if you're playing and if you're not playing, and the uncertainty of that. And for our guys to kind of mentally move past it, I think speaks volumes of the group. So, I'm hopeful that we can get whole at some point. I think I'd like to see what this group can do whole. But I am very, very grateful and appreciative up to this point, to the All-Star break, that, we've had some really good moments and some not so great moments, which is typical, but the way these guys have continued to fight, regardless if it's been a win or a loss, they've tried to get better, and we've tried to get better as a group.
You talk about the uncertainty with that stuff. How, as a coach and maybe even for the teammates, to have a guy like DeMar who's so consistent, so efficient, he's going to take these kind of good shots. What is that like to have him?
No, he's an incredible, I can't speak enough of, what he does for the group, and people see the numbers at the end of games, but it's in the huddles, it's at halftime, it's in practice, it's keeping his composure, talking to the guys. There's just so many things that he does from a leadership perspective that really impact winning. And you can, see why for most of his career, he's been on a lot of really good teams, a lot of winning teams. He's learned a lot from it. And I think it's also really important to him. Winning is important to him. And it's when you're consumed with winning, you understand that there's a lot that goes into that besides what takes place in between the lines, or what takes place with your personal stat line. You impact the game. And I've always felt like great players make people around them better. And I think that it's the best compliment I can give him is he's a great player, because he makes every one of our guys better around them, and around him, I should say. And it speaks to, his greatness is that he can lift up a group of guys like that.
Kobe's shooting stands out, obviously, on a night like tonight, but are you seeing development with him getting to the basket, attacking the rim?
Yeah, I think he's been doing better, Darnell. I think I mentioned, I thought last year, like I've always said, it's the worst thing that can happen to a guard when he drives down the lane is get a shot block, because it doesn't give an opportunity to offensive rebound. And generally those lead out to fast break points in transition. So, he's picking his points of when to go in and take it, when to spray it out, and even when to just kind of keep it and dribble it out. He's really done a great job with that, and he's gotten better. And, he's one of the guys I would say, through all this has gone through a lot, in terms of the adjustment that he's had to deal with, from point guard to off guard to on the bench to off the bench to, on the bench, coming in as a rotational guy, and then all of a sudden to start. So he's I think he's getting better, and it's been great to see him, when they're attacking DeMar the way they are with double teams and the ball's finding him. I love how aggressive he is playing downhill and trying to make a play. I think it really helped us because when they're trying to take DeMar out of the game, and then when Vooch gets it and they bring somebody to Vooch, the next pass is coming out. That next guy's got to make a play. And Kobe has been really, really confident, really aggressive, trying to make some plays.
One of the matchups that stood out to me was Io on Fox. Fox obviously is better than Io's learning, but what did you think of that? His ability to guard guys like that. He's learning.
Yeah, I think, Darnell, it's great because, he's a young guy. Like we had some situations tonight, he's really never, ever had to inbound the ball in late game situations before. This is the first time he's had to do it. It's a little bit different standing over there when, Domas Sabonis is jumping all over the place and trying to get a steal and you got to inbound the ball. He's been involved in some different situations. And to your point, this is the first time he's played against Fox. Fox is a big time, really, really good player. And it's when you watch a guy on film, it's nothing like when you actually get a chance to play against him. And Isle will be better, through going through this experience of getting a chance to play against different players in the league.
What is his progression like when he sees a guy for the first time and then he talks about watching film? And what do you notice out of him in terms of how he learns and goes about developing?
He takes inventory. One of the things I talked to him about today a little bit was the fact that, he cannot foul the way he did last game against San Antonio. One, it takes him off the floor, which hurts our team. And two, it puts them to the free throw line, which hurts the team. And, he's too valuable to get these tic-tac fouls where he's trying to reach it in and slap at it. And, some of those habits he's got to break. And I talked to him about it, but he doesn't get in foul trouble tonight. He picks things up. I give him a lot of credit. So even different things will happen where, Fox may make a move and beat him and get to the rim, but he'll be like, okay, I understand. Maybe he's trying to, figure out what he's doing, but, he always comes back, trying to do better than he did before. And he's eager to learn, which I think is a great thing for a young player.
Billy, Rick Carlisle did something tonight I've never heard in all the years I've been covering this league. He announced that Tristan Thompson will be waived and will sign with the Chicago Bulls. Do you have any comment or reaction to that?
I don't. I know that, after the trade deadline, there'll be obviously buyout market.
Yeah.
I think Arturis and Mark will be, very, very active, at least in trying to focus on and pay attention to what is going on. But I have not heard, anything along the lines of that happening or Rick's comments. I haven't heard that.
Sorry to put you in a tough situation.
Yeah, no.
I've never heard of a coach doing that. So that's pretty remarkable, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. That's the first I'm hearing of it.
Do you have any Pacers news you want to break for us?
I don't have any Pacers news. No, I don't. I don't have any.
And if we don't mind prying too much, you going somewhere warm for the weekend? You hoping?
I'm going to try to get back and see my kids and my parents for a few days back in Florida, which would be nice. If I could, it depends on whether or not I get stuck here with the weather. So I may not be going anywhere.
Or we stop asking you questions.
No, it's fine. It's all good. You guys are good.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Bill. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thanks
Thank
a lot,
you.
Billy.
Appreciate. Yeah. Have a great break, guys. See you here in a week.
All right. You too.